Welcome back to Smoky Ribs. I'm Russ Jones. In today's video, we're doing another boil. We're going to be doing crawfish and shrimp, and I'm going to show you how to do both of those at the same time without undercooking or overcooking. Going to get started right after this.
If you want to cook backyard barbecue till you get your feel, you come to the right place. Russ Jones Smoky Ribs. Smoky Ribs. Smoky Ribs.
All right, first thing we're going to do is clean the crawfish. A boil always starts with cleaning the crawfish. Now I've got a new product down here I want to show you real quick that's going to make this job easy. Most people dread the part of cleaning crawfish because you have to take your hand and swash them around and basically clean them by hand. So I'm going to show you this product right here. This is called a Cajun cleaner. And it might look like a 5-gallon bucket to you. Believe me, this is much bigger than a 5-gallon bucket. Holds 50 pounds of crawfish, up to 50 pounds. And that's what we're going to dump our crawfish into. We're going to put this lid on, we're going to turn the water on, and this is going to wash crawfish. Now, it's not called a crawfish cleaner, it's called a Cajun cleaner, because you can clean anything in this, from all your vegetables that's going into the boil. If you have a garden, if you raise vegetables, you can take potatoes, you can take anything that gets dirt on it and wash it off real good through this. And what, by the way, there's a little clip here that you're supposed to put down to take this on and take this off. You can actually remove that, and it makes your lid go on quicker and easier. It has a quick disconnect here at the very bottom of this container. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the crawfish. We're gonna dump them in. We're gonna turn this on and get it started. I've got the water going in, and here in a moment, you're gonna see the water coming up. Now, I do want you to know that these are river crawfish. They're not covered in mud like most of your farm-raised crawfish are. These come out of the river, so they're naturally cleaner, but you are gonna see the color change on this water here very soon. Now, take a look at that. That is some murky looking water. It's not as dirty as what I have seen, like I said, real muddy crawfish, but that's pretty murky, but it's gonna clean up real quick. The cool thing about it is, instead of having to bend over and wash these by hand, you can sit over here in a lounge chair and just drink a cold beer and let it do its thing. Oh, it's already clearing up. Now, even though that water's getting clear, I'm gonna let them go about 5 minutes to really ensure that. And I can see particles coming up out of these holes here on the top. It's pushing crud out of this bucket. And all you want to do at this point is undo your quick connect and let it drain. It's got a check valve inside of this quick connect, and that stops the water coming out of the hose. Now we're just draining. We're going to let those drain, and they're just going to hang out until we're ready to put them in a pot. Pretty cool product, man. Yeah. I am. I'm filming in front of a live studio audience today. I'm gonna go ahead and get the water in this pot, but first we're gonna talk about this pot a little bit. I just got it, it's brand new, and it's called the Tunnel Tube. This is a new high performance crawfish boiling pot. I played around with this the other day. Halfway full, that's where you would normally bring your water level up to on a pot if you're boiling crawfish. Now today I might have to go a little bit higher than that because I'm also doing shrimp as well with the normal potatoes, corn, mushrooms, sausage, things like that. But anyway, this can get up to a full rapid boil in about 8 to 8.5 minutes. And the other high performance pots I have and used in the past take somewhere around 9.5, so it's definitely faster. And I want to see if this thing can even lose a boil. When we put this crawfish, I'm sure it's going to slow way down, but if it's typical of high performance pots, it should get right back up. This has got a different kind of design on the bottom. Here's a picture of that. This actually has like aluminum tubes that have been mathematically tuned in such a manner to get the most output without actually burning the pot up. And I'm not going to get into all that because I don't understand it. I'm just going to use this pot. I'll have links in the description for the website where you can take a look at this, and you can actually talk to the owner and he can show you or tell you more about it. In addition to this round backyard type pot, he also has a square rectangular looking pot that is actually a commercial pot. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit right now. You are looking at the 120 quart commercial pot. This is a prototype, so it's a little rough around the edges. These pots come in 120 quart, 30 gallon, 60 gallon, and up to 100 gallon, if I'm not wrong. Has a powerhouse under that. Look at that. 4 burners, can boil in 5 minutes. It has a basket. This is a flip basket. This will allow you to flip your cooked crawfish into a soaking pot for commercial cookers. And if you have it staged out right, you can do 1,000 pounds of crawfish per hour. Now go ahead and reach out to Tunnel Tube and they can explain in more detail about these pots. This is just giving you a brief overview. It does come with a lid. And like I said earlier, they come in multiple sizes. They also have steaming accessories to where you could use this steamer basket as well. I'm really liking the looks of this. Another thing about this pot, it has a 200,000 BTU burner, and that's actually a little bit lower than what I've got on my other big pot there in the back. It's 250,000 BTU, and this can actually get up to a boil quicker. So that's telling me something right now with this design that it's definitely working. We're getting ready to put it to the test. I'm gonna go ahead and add some water to this. We're gonna get it boiling. We're gonna time it, see how long it takes again today. I am going probably about 2/3 full today because of the addition of 15 pounds of shrimp. We have ignition. Now we're gonna go all the way up on this. Our water's up to a boil. It took around 8.5 to 9 to get it boiling, and probably about 9.5 to 10 to get it really in a real hard boil. I've cut my gas in half because that's the beauty of this pot. Once you achieve that boil, you can save a lot of fuel by lowering your volume of gas going in, and it will maintain that boil. This is the first step in perfect crawfish, perfect shrimp, is ability to get these things up to a boil quick. Not so much the initial boil, but the return boil once the crawfish goes in. I'm gonna go ahead and add the seasoning. Let me show you what we got. All right, I am out of frog bone Cajun seasoning. We've been using a lot of that down there at the boat boiling crabs throughout the week. But another one of my favorites is Cajun Land. This is some really good stuff. This is 4 pounds going in. Now a good way to kill this foam, go ahead and put some liquid crab oil in, 16 ounces. That is Zatarain's liquid crab oil. I'm actually gonna lower this a little bit more. It's still got a pretty violent boil there. All right, that's looking good. Now, in addition to the Cajun Land, I'm adding in some swamp fire. This is 4.5 pounds. I'm gonna put about half of this in there. I do have quite a bit of product going in here as far as crawfish and shrimp, but I'm thinking a half a bag of this. That should do it. On the last crab boil video I did a few weeks ago, I only used half of one of these containers of cayenne pepper. This is 7.25 ounces. Well, today we want to kick it up. I was told that those crawfish wasn't spicy enough. I know how to make them spicy. Here we go. When I do my steamed crawfish, it gets a lot more than that. You think it would set you on fire, man, but it really don't. Yeah. And guess what? Got another half a bottle. They want it spicy. They're gonna get spicy. This is a 5-pound bag of yellow onions. My wife pureed these earlier with a little bit of water going in. Those will completely dissolve away. You won't see any onion, just the flavor. This is a whole head of celery. Same thing, pureed in a little bit of water. We're going after the flavor. You won't find any celery in this pot when it's all said and done. Now we got a little thing of bay leaves here. I don't know how many it is. I'm gonna dump them all in there. You can't hurt it. I'd say it's probably about 15 bay leaves. Got 6 heads of garlic going in. All I did was cut the end off to expose the garlic going in. I've got probably a dozen of the mandarin oranges. These are little miniature oranges, and about 7 or 8 lemons cut in half going in. A lot of people will squeeze that juice in there. Believe me, when I get this up back to a rip-roaring boil, there ain't gonna be nothing left but pulp inside of those lemons and oranges. All the juice will be mixed in. Give this a good stir. So you won't let this go around 10 minutes, just let all that marry, let all that, the oranges and the lemon excrete all their juices and just everything come together and get happy. All right, we've been going a little while here, so we're gonna go ahead and add in the thing that takes the longest to cook. This is these little new red potatoes going in. Not going crazy with a whole lot because there's not many of us. And what I've found is there's always a lot of leftovers. Most people eat 1 to 2 and that's it. So we're gonna let that go 10 minutes. All right, we've been going around 10 minutes. Now I've got some Kaneka sausage, their original sausage, along with some button mushrooms, 2 cartons, going in. We're gonna let that go about 5 minutes. Then going about another 5 minutes. Now I've got some corn, got about a dozen pieces. There again, not a lot of people eating here today. Going in. We're gonna go about another 5 minutes. We've been going another 5 minutes. What I'm getting ready to do is turn this wide open again because we're getting ready to dump some crawfish in here. Now, I'll explain in a little while how all this is coming together and how this produces the perfect crawfish and shrimp. Here we go. All right, put our lid back on. We're gonna get this back to a screaming boil. All right, we just got back up to a boil. We started timing these, and at 3 minutes, I'm gonna add the shrimp in. That took roughly a minute to get back to a return boil. Try doing that with any other kind of pot. Most pots that are slick on the bottom take somewhere around 20 minutes to get back up to any kind of boil. This did it in like 1 minute. Now it's time to go in with the shrimp. Look at that, it's still boiling. Those shrimp did not kill the boil. It ain't boiling hard, but it is boiling. We've had our shrimp in for 1.5 minutes. We're cutting the fire off. Look at that. No fire, still boiling. This pot is amazing. We're gonna straddle on the boil boss. Just like so. We're gonna cool this pot down. I'm just gonna stand here and we're gonna stir this pot for about 3 minutes. It's gonna drop this water down to around 150 degrees or under, which stops the cooking process, and that is key in producing perfect crawfish, perfect shrimp. They're still actually cooking right now, but in here in another couple of minutes, they won't be. And when everything begins to sink, that's how you know they're absorbing all the seasoned water, all the stuff we've added to this water. They are already sinking. We hadn't been going a minute yet. So boiling perfect crawfish, perfect shrimp, it really comes down to having the right stuff to do it with. And I'm telling you that a high performance pot is almost a must. It's critical. You've got to be able to get that return boil back really fast to where you can go by time. If you got a slick bottom pot and you're waiting on this thing to return the boil, you're gonna be waiting 20 minutes plus. And by that time, your crawfish, your shrimp, they're already burnt, they're overcooked. So with that, first off, you're able to really control the outcome of this crawfish and shrimp. And then after that, the key thing is lower the temperature very fast, very rapidly to stop the cooking process. And it's gonna produce a nice firm crawfish. And the shrimp will be perfect cooked. They won't be rubbery, they'll be easy to peel. Just about everything has already sunk to the bottom. Everything's absorbing all this goodness. And that's telling you one thing, that the water has cooled down. And it should be right about where I want it. I've been going roughly 3.5 minutes. And I've used this enough, this boil boss, to know that it does that in about 3.5 minutes. We're gonna be close enough. I'm not even gonna check it. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this water off. We're just gonna let these soak for 20 minutes. We're gonna actually check them after 10 minutes because I got a lot of spice in this, and 10 minutes might do it. Don't put your lid on. You're wanting to keep cooling this. If you put your lid on, it's gonna inhibit that. We have been soaking about 25 minutes. We just pulled them out. We're letting them drain back into the pot. We're getting ready to dump these into an ice chest. From there, we're gonna serve them up in our Cajun party boats. And we'll be back here in a few minutes. I'm gonna get everybody's reaction on what they taste like, how they peel, and what their thoughts are. Be right back. So we just put all the crawfish, and now we're fighting all flies, as you can see, but they like crawfish too. All right, everybody's gonna take a bite of this, you know, the crawfish, the shrimp, and I'm gonna ask their thoughts on it. Y'all go ahead. Y'all let me know if the flavor's right. Is it spicy enough? How does it peel?
Mushroom. It was good.
Had a what, a mushroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
The shrimp are easy to peel, that's for sure.
Y'all might recognize this guy. This is Brian from Smokehouse Bayou. We did a video here a while back on his beef jerky. What are you thinking about it?
Man, look, the shrimp are just, they're very easy to peel, you know, and the flavor is just right, man.
Good deal.
You did a great job.
That's the whole purpose of this video, to show you how you can do both in the same pot, and both of them come out just right. And the amount of spice is totally up to you. If you don't like them as spicy, then certainly don't put as much spice. And you know, that's just something you got to play with. But this is how we like it. This is how we do it. Have you tried the crawfish yet?
They're good.
Are they firm?
They're good and firm.
Okay. Crawfish is different than shrimp. Shrimp tend to get like rubbery and tough, and crawfish, they'll turn to mush if they're overcooked.
Did you just lose your voice, friend?
A little bit.
All right, now you might remember this guy. This is Grant, the guy from Rising Sun Crab Traps that was on another video here a while back. What do you think, Grant?
They're really good. I mean, the flavor's excellent. It's perfect.
Perfect, okay.
Excellent.
That's what I want to hear. You're too shy. I'm not even going to interview you. So I haven't even tried one yet. I did just lick my fingers from that bulb of garlic I picked up. Yum, that's all I can say about that. We have had a fantastic time today, getting our boil on with family and friends. Tell you what, that Tunnel 2 pot did outstanding. Very impressed with that. And the Cajun cleaner, wow, man, such a simple idea, but does a fantastic job. By the way, these things are selling out fast. I'll have a link in the description box if you think you got a use for that other than crawfish. And if you're down here, then definitely for crawfish. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, smoke your ribs. Yep, I'm recording.
Rolling.
We're rolling. All right, we've been soaking 25 minutes, give or take a minute or two. We just pulled them out and we're letting them drain. Now from here, we're gonna pour them into an ice chest and just let them hang out. And we're gonna start serving up some of these Cajun party boats over here so everybody can partake. And we'll be right back. We're gonna get everybody's thoughts on it.
Redo it.
Why?
The party boat part didn't flow.
What?
The party boat didn't flow.
You kind of just paused there for a moment with the party boat.
Oh, well, excuse me. Yes, sir, boss man.
Retake.
Take two.
He is now my director, too.